Good morning. I'm back. Day 2. I'm so glad to be with you. Are you all with me? Let's start. Sit up straight. Crisscross applesauce. Make sure you're sitting this way, and let's sing our bubblegum song. Here we go. Bubblegum, bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? Count with me. 15 friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 friends. Okay, are you all with me? I'm gonna hold up your names. I want you to look for your name and I want you to touch the screen. Let me know you're here. See your name? I'll come a little closer. Sadie, are you with us? What about you, Connor? Patrick? Liza? Matthew? Arpy? Rachel? Ivy? Hallie, are you there? Cameron? Will? Cole? Levi? Ben? And Avery? I'm hoping you're all with us. Are you ready to have some fun? Let's get started. Okay guys, let's get started. We are talking about springtime this week. Now I know it snowed yesterday and it's supposed to snow tomorrow, which is really throwing things off, isn't it? Snow in springtime? Only in Chicago do you see that. But normally in springtime, we see a lot of rain. Do you guys remember what rain is good for? What do plants and flowers and grass need to grow? Water, rain. And so that's why in springtime when things are growing, you see a lot of rain. I thought it would be really fun to do a science experiment. I know you guys like to do science experiments in the classroom, so let's see if we can do one on video. And maybe you can try it at home if you have the things that you need. So I'm going to tell you what you need and let's do it together. Are you ready? Okay. So I just took a jar, a glass jar, any glass jar. You want it to be clear so that you can see. So that's why I chose glass. And then I have one of our favorite things to play with, shaving cream. Then I have a pipette. You know how we love to use these. And then I have some food coloring. This is just watercolors. And what color is it? Can you see? It's blue. It's blue, like the color of water. And so if you don't have watercolors, your parents may have food coloring, and you can use that and mix it with a little water, and that'll work just fine. And the next thing I have is water. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill my glass jar. Everybody see? I'm gonna fill it almost all the way up with water. Perfect, just to about there. Then I'm gonna take my shaving cream and I'm gonna shake it up so it gets really nice and foamy. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. And I'm gonna pour it on top of the water. Whoa. I'm gonna make it really high because that's so fun. Don't you wish this was an ice cream sundae with whipped cream? I do. All right, so here's our jar. We are going to make our very own rain cloud. Rain happens when water goes into clouds and it gets so heavy. There's so much moisture in the cloud that it rains droplets of water on us. So we're gonna make our very own rain. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pipette and I'm going to, remember, squeeze, release, squeeze again. Look what I'm doing. Can you see? I'm putting rain all over. Ooh, look how cool. Now what I want you to look for is what is happening in the water as I do this. Take a look at that water and see if anything is changing. Right now it's clear. Can you see up here? What's happening? The moisture in the cloud is starting to rain down. Let's do a little bit more. I know that if you were doing this at school, you would be loving this part. And we'd probably have to say to you, okay, that's enough, because you all enjoy using the droppers so much. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit more and then we're gonna watch and see what happens. We may have to come back to it because what happens is in the clouds, it takes time for the rain to come. So it takes a lot of time for the moisture to build in the cloud. And what happens is it gets so heavy. Picture a cloud that's so heavy that all of a sudden it can't hold all the moisture in the cloud. So then the next thing you know, it starts raining. And that's what's gonna happen to our jar. So I want you to see what it looks like now. Do you see how the droplets are coming down? It's starting to rain. What do you think is gonna happen when I check back in a few minutes? Do you think that there's gonna be more blue droplets down? What do you think? Well, we'll go back and we'll see. So I'm gonna put this to the side and I'm gonna show you in a few minutes. But one of the things that we're gonna talk about today are clouds. And the clouds are so much fun. When I was a little girl, one of my favorite things to do was to lay on the grass with my mom and look up at the sky and watch the clouds. And you know what I would do? I would look at the clouds and I would see what shapes they look like. I would see all sorts of things in the clouds, maybe a lion, or I'd see a princess. I'd see all sorts of funny things. Have you ever done that before? If you have not done that, I would definitely recommend doing that. But we're gonna read a story about shapes in the clouds. Are you ready? Okay. This story is called It Looked Like Spilt Milk. Can you see these pictures? What color is milk? White. What color are clouds? White. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. Sometimes it looked like a rabbit, but it wasn't a rabbit. Do you see the rabbit? Sometimes it looked like a bird, but it wasn't a bird. But doesn't it look like a bird? Sometimes it looked like a tree, but it wasn't really a tree. Sometimes it looked like an ice cream cone, but it wasn't really an ice cream cone. Sometimes it looked like a flower, but it wasn't really a flower. Sometimes it looked like a pig, but it wasn't a pig. Do you see that? Sometimes it looked like a birthday cake, but it wasn't a birthday cake. Look at that. Sometimes it looked like a sheep, but it wasn't a sheep. Sometimes it looked like a great horned owl, but it wasn't an owl. Sometimes it looked like you tell me, what does it look like? A mitten, but it wasn't a mitten. Sometimes it looked like what is it? You guess. A squirrel, that's right. But it wasn't a squirrel. And sometimes it looked like an angel. But was it an angel? No, it wasn't. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. It was just a cloud in the sky. Hi friends. I brought my camera outside because I wanted to take a look at the clouds today. I wanted to see if I could see any shapes in the clouds. So I'm going to let you see. Here they are. Do you see any shapes in those clouds? What do you think? Sometimes it can be trickier than other times. This is one of those examples. Maybe you can see something. If you can, will you let us know? Will you let us know on Facebook what shape you see in this cloud? We'd love to hear your answers. We are going to do our very own spilt milk project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a piece of blue paper, any blue paper, okay? And I'm going to get some white paint, okay? And for this, I just poured a little white paint on a plate, and I have a paintbrush. You can use a spoon. You don't even need a paintbrush. It can be whatever you want. So we're going to make our very own spilt milk clouds and see what shapes we get. Are you ready? Okay, so I'm going to take some of this white paint and I'm going to blob it all over one side of the page. This is my first time doing this, so we'll have to see how this turns out. So, see it? All I did was put a blob of white paint. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my paper in half. See? I'm going to fold it in half like this, and I'm going to press down. And you can press down any way you want. Press down like this. And then what do you think I'm going to do next? I'm going to open it up. What do you see? What shape does my cloud look like? I have a guess. Do you? Let me give you a moment while you think about it. What shape does it look like? To me, it looks like a butterfly. You know what else it looks like? A moth. Think about how a moth looks. Does it look like a moth? What if I turn it this way? Does it look different? Does it look any different to you? I wonder what shapes you can make on your blue paper. Will you try it at home? Will you see what you can make and make your very own clouds? And the other thing I want you to do is to go look in the clouds and see what shapes you see. Do you want to look back at our rain cloud in the jar and see what's going on? Let's look. Do you see it's coming down? Look, it's trickling down slowly. It's only till about here. It's got a long way to go. I'm hoping you guys can make one of these at home. It's super fun. All right, well, I've really enjoyed being with you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.